Hi, I'm Melanie from Nova Scotia, Canada, and this is Adventures in Groceryland. I have been really thoughtful lately about what frugality means to me and how I live a frugal life. And really, you don't need to take extreme measures. You don't need to do that. It doesn't have to constantly be something that's extreme to add up to frugal. So, because I have been thinking about this lately, I've been really conscientious about adding in to the videos little things that I do daily or regularly, maybe not daily, but routines that I have that help to keep me on track. I really feel that it's important for everybody to understand that you can be frugal by making small, mindful changes. Small things really do add up and can have a huge, huge positive impact. Just little changes. Anyways, you'll see a couple of the things that I do personally to help me stay on track in this week's video. I will say we are still hardcore into renovations. I know I keep saying that week after week. It's still a reality for me. Yeah, I can see an end in sight. I really can. But it still feels a lot. You know, I'm making videos every week. I'm still working. We're still doing groceries. Sometimes it feels like a lot, but I can see the end in sight, and that feels really good. And it feels like a relief. And I know I'm going to be just so happy when everything is complete. So it just motivates me to keep on staying on track. Thanks for tuning in this week. I really appreciate all of your support. You may be watching this on our YouTube channel. You may be watching this on our Facebook page. Either way, like the video, share the video, leave your comments. Let me know what you think of everything that we're doing. Thanks so much, everybody. This is just an example of another way that consistent habits help me be frugal. We forgot to pick up the dog's prescription yesterday. We called it in. We were in town. We meant to get it, but we forgot. So I need to run in this morning to get it. I've already had a cup of coffee, but I just poured what was left in the coffee pot into a little travel mug. And I'm going to take this with me. I'll finish off the coffee that I had here, but just having this and having it at home and taking it with me helps to prevent those cravings of a quick trip through the drive-through. It's those little consistent things that sometimes are budget killers. You don't think of $2 as something that would kill your budget, but when it's $2 every single day, that can add up to quite a bit. Like that's in a month, $60 if you're going every day. Most people are frugal and thoughtful about the big expenditures. It's those little ones that seem inconsequential that tend to get out of hand. So I just hopped in the car. I am on the way to get the prescription, but here is another thing that I do consistently to help me save money. I know lots of people love going through the drive-through to get a coffee, but what I found was happening for me is I would get thirsty, not for coffee, but I'd be thirsty in town and I'd want to get something to drink. So long ago, we just started making sure there were filled water bottles in the car. I hopped in here. This one's already in here. It's already full. But if I drink it when I'm in town, when I get home from town, I'll bring it in the house. We'll clean it, refill it, and just have it sitting right on the edge so that if we walk out the door, it's a reminder for us to grab it and put it back in the vehicle. Another habit that I have as part of just the frugal life that I lead is if I am making a trip into town, I try to make it worthwhile and do more than one thing. I need to get the dog's prescription, but I'm going to take a quick peek in Superstore and Sobeys looking for any markdowns that they might have because I'm already in town. Won't be long, quick perimeter sweep around the outside. That's where all of the perishables are. And so we're just going to see what we can find. I watch for when they have these big bushels of tomatoes on. I'm going to watch the price my next couple trips and see if they get marked down. Lots of bread items on the bread cart. There's one here and another full cart right over there. I'm currently at $66.22. Normally we try to stick to a $60 a week budget. It is Labor Day weekend coming up, so I have budgeted a little extra for some fun things this weekend. I have $75, $80, so say $20 extra than normal for some special treats to have over the holiday, especially if we get guests. I have shopped at Superstore, Sam's Grocery, Avery's. It's a local produce, like a farmer's market style store, Dollarama, Walmart, and Sobeys. So first things, let's talk about Superstore. They had chips on for members at 99 cents when you swipe your card. So I got 3 bags. And I also picked up 2 packages of these rolls. They were $4.49, marked down to 50% off. So I got 2 packages for the price of 1. You'll notice some cold cuts here, and we still have some cold cuts from last week. We're still hard into the renovations, and having some things for some sandwiches over the weekend is going to be really critical to get some fast meals in us that we enjoy. So that's great. I got this deli pack, which is an assortment of oven roasted turkey breast, traditional Black Forest ham, and oven roasted chicken breast. And so that is regular $14.99 for a 400 gram package, and it was marked down 50% off, so $7.49. I then also shopped at Sam's Grocery. This is a local store, locally owned. These packages of ground beef, 1.2 kg, they have 3 tubes of lean ground beef in them, and each tube has 400 grams. So for anyone that's not up with the grams, 1 pound is 454 grams. So each tube is 54 grams short of a pound. That's pretty darn close to 3 pounds of ground beef. These were on for $7.49. I bought 2 packages of them, and while I was there, I also picked up this cold cut trio. This is 300 grams, and it's salami, ham, and pepperoni, so different meats than this other one here, and this was on for $3.49. So let's do Sobeys first. I went into Sobeys. They had romaine hearts on for $2.99, and I really dug through the romaine packages. They were not in great shape, and that's really unusual. I usually find the quality of produce at Sobeys is really great. So anyways, $2.99 for the romaine. The tomatoes were on for $1.99 a pound, and the red onion, $3.99 a pound. I'm doing it in this order because I ended up getting a second red onion elsewhere, much cheaper. But I got the tomatoes, and then I got these steaks. It is top sirloin cap grilling steak. They're boneless, so you're not paying for the bone. These were on for $5.88 a pound, so that's a little steep for me. I'm so frugal, but having a really nice steak over the long weekend was just appealing to me. And as I was walking by, they were putting more packages out, and this one is literally perfect. It has 4 smaller pieces in it, which means for the price of $10.37, we're going to get 2 meals out of this. So I grabbed it. I have that little bit extra in the budget for this weekend for a reason. So my total was $17 and change at Sobeys, and I redeemed $10 worth of scene points. So I only paid $7 and change, and I don't know where my receipt is. Just one second. I always write everything down. Sobeys, $7.08. Now, this was at a previous trip when I was into Sobeys for, I don't even know what the reason was. Saw this markdown, $15.38 minus 5. This is a great big jumbo pack of wings, and I thought we might like to have this for at some point over the long weekend. So that was $10.38. I shopped at Dollarama. We got this relish for $1.25, and I find something interesting. So I was like, where's this relish made? Product of India. When I was in Sobeys, I just randomly wanted to see where their store relish was made. Also, product of India. So Compliments brand relish, product of India. I also shopped at Walmart. Great value. Nacho chips. Now, here's another big splurge that I got. I have never purchased pretzel twists in my life. So these are $4.48. There's 6 in there. When we are in the city, if we are in the Halifax Shopping Center, there is a pretzel place that we often like to each get a pretzel for a treat. We both like dipping them in the savory dips, so like a cheese dip, something like that. I thought that I could freeze these in little packages of 2, and that would give us treats for 3 different nights, and we could make some fun dips to go with it. Anyways, those are marked down to $4.48. And with all of the cold cuts, I was thinking perhaps there might be some kind of like a finger charcuterie board cold cut tray in our future, so I got a package of chocolate covered almonds. When I shopped at Avery's, my total there was $6.44. I got the broccoli, it was $3.49. English cucumber was 99 cents. And I also got 1 red pepper. I still have a red pepper left from my flash food box, but it's not enough to make red pepper jelly. So I wanted to grab 1 more. I'd like to make some red pepper jelly this weekend. And then red onions were such a great price that I grabbed another small red onion. I really like having them in pasta salads, and I kind of was thinking that I might make a broccoli salad this weekend, or a broccoli and cauliflower salad. I have about half that cauliflower left from my flash food box. So I think we're doing really great at $66.22. That gives me $10 to $15 more if I want to purchase anything else this weekend for the special weekend, or if I see some kind of crazy deal. So I already have the pretzels separated. Those 2 can go right in the freezer, and we'll have these ones this weekend, or sometime soon anyways, maybe tonight. Chili for lunch today. This is the last of the chili, and there's 1 more biscuit left, and we will split that between the 2 of us, and then that'll be gone too. I'm very fortunate to live in an area where we have groups that actively work to rescue food before it spoils and get it to people who will use it. Today I received some parsley. You see I've got them on the trays here. I am going to dehydrate this, and I actually have this much again 2 more times. This was 1 bundle. I have 3 bundles. It also had mint, and I thoughtlessly put that away before I took the video. So there was a great big bundle of mint, and I don't think I'm going to dehydrate that. We are going to try to use that up perhaps in some fresh summer drinks. There was some cucumbers and also some beets. And the handsome one has asked me to make beet pickles. Sometimes the group also has the great fortune to rescue protein. And the way they handle the protein is when it comes in, they do up protein bags, and they ask for a donation towards the cost of obtaining the protein. So it was $2, and in my bag I got some sausages, some pepperoni, some hot dogs, and some deli meats. And this is bologna. I love bologna. I don't buy it very often. So this is a wonderful enterprise that happens local to me. The group is called Annapolis Valley Frugal Moms. Thank you very much, ladies. Thank you, Lisa, and thank you, Melinda, Sherry, and Piper. Tonight for supper, we are going to have hamburgers. We realized that I have my homemade hamburgers. For some reason, I didn't realize that we had any left in the freezer, and we found a stash of them. So we are having homemade burgers for supper, and we are going to make a Kraft pasta salad to go with it. Here are the burgers topped with jalapeno Monterey Jack cheese. I don't know what it is about that green box Kraft pasta salad. We just love it. I have tried to replicate the ingredients in the seasoning package many, many times. I have never been successful. So if you have a recipe that you think is a fooler recipe for that mix, definitely let me know in the comments. Round 1 of Operation Parsley Dry is complete. Starting round 2. This is my little spice grinder. It's all green now from the parsley. This is my first batch. Now, I already had some parsley that I got from the bulk barn in the bottom. Can you see the difference in the color? Isn't that interesting? And mine is finer grind on the top. Very green. And I have another batch dehydrating now and a third batch to go. Sandwiches for lunch today. Poppy seed for me, plain for the handsome one. They both have cucumbers, tomatoes, lettuce, and cheese. Since we got a bunch of hot dogs, I decided that hot dog buns would be a good idea to add into the budget. So those were $4.79 at Walmart, and not $4.79. Yeah, $4.79 at Walmart. And the mandarins, and this is 4 pounds of mandarins, were marked down to 50% off at Superstore, and they were $3.99. Yay! Hot dogs and leftover Kraft pasta salad for supper. On the move again today. Sandwiches for lunch were such a good idea. I'm so glad I decided to do that. What a time saver. I just got gas, depending on which gas station you go to, and I like to frequent Sobeys Fast Fuel in Colebrook. That's my number one. You get a free coffee pending how much gas you get. And I got one today. But you saw that I had that little sandwich earlier. I have a granola bar in case I get hungry because I got a bunch of errands that I'm running. And today I have my green water bottle to make sure that I don't get thirsty. I've started making the broccoli salad. And because I had a little bit of cauliflower left, it's actually going to be a broccoli cauliflower salad. For lunch today, it's just sandwiches, some of the clementines broken up. My sister brought some grapes and some pepperettes. A few other little candies. Oh, and raspberries. And this is what we're having for lunch today. Surf and turf for supper tonight. Steak with scallops. And we had the scallops last week or 2 weeks ago, and we had cooked them, put them in the freezer. Broccoli salad, baked potatoes with cheese, sour cream, bacon bits, and chives from the garden. And we did glazed carrots. And the dogs are having a big battle. You can hear lime cheesecake for a little bedtime snack. Sandwiches again for lunch. Poppy seed for me. Plain white for the handsome one. Cold cuts with cucumbers, tomatoes, lettuce, cheese. That's it. I'm making wings for supper tonight. I couldn't find the basket, so I started organizing them on the racks. Of course, the handsome one knew exactly where the basket was, but now I've got everything on the rack. So it's just going to be done like this tonight. I used black pepper and a little bit of teriyaki. I had some, I don't know where this came from. It was an open bottle of teriyaki, but humidity, or more than likely what happened is it was opened over the stove when something was cooking, and steam went in there. So I had to use a knife to get it out, but I just threw everything together in a bowl, stirred it up, and that was a good way to use the rest of that teriyaki, which really wasn't good for a sauce anymore, and black pepper. I'm making a honey garlic sauce to go with the wings for dipping, and I needed honey in the recipe. My honey, I don't know if you can tell now, it was all crystallized. So 15 seconds in the microwave, and I was able to get up enough that I needed for the recipe. Wings and honey garlic sauce, and the handsome one is going to use a special wing sauce that he got as a gift. He's excited. He's never tried this before, and it is called Marie Sharp's Sneaky Heat, and he just loves Marie Sharp's hot sauce. I'm not a fan of hot sauce in general. It's too hot for me. 3 batches of dehydrated parsley. This is filled. I had to keep tapping it so that everything could settle, so that I could get the last little bit in. And you can see my intent was, when it was done, I was going to shake it to kind of disperse the stuff from the bulk barn through, but it's packed pretty tight now, and that's not going to happen. I'm having a frozen dinner for my lunch today. This is a beef stroganoff. I took it out of the frozen dinner package and just put it in this bowl because it's a little sturdier. And the handsome one is having leftover wings from last night. Some suppers are just plain old, fill your belly, nothing fantastic. I burnt the fries. These sausages are from the freezer, so that's good, clearing an item out. The cherry tomatoes are from the garden. The whole kitchen is in chaos right now. There's stuff heaps piled everywhere, so it makes it difficult sometimes. So this is just an easy supper tonight, clearing out some stuff. Even though I burnt the fries. Ketchup will fix that. It's not looking quite as sad. A little bit of cheese and a pickle fixes many, many things. Popcorn for snacks. A bagel from the freezer with cheese whiz. I haven't processed the beets yet. I'm not 100% sure when that's going to happen. Life has been pretty hectic lately. Been really busy at work, and of course these renovations just seem to be never ending. I do want to process these beets. The handsome one absolutely loves beet pickles. Whether you call them pickled beets or beet pickles, I have a tried and true recipe from my brother-in-law's mother. So she's not my mother-in-law, but I've literally known her pretty much my entire life. So kind of feels that way. But it is a famous family tried and true recipe. It's not going to happen this week. This will have to move on to next week's agenda. I have to build it in somewhere. I think if I just put the mason jars in the dishwasher and get them started, that will motivate me to get this done. I've got to get it done. Even though it was a hectic week, it was a really wonderful week. We had some visitors. We were able to share with them and not feel any stress about it. Just things that we already had and things built into our regular budget. Sometimes it's really nice to increase your budget when you know there's going to be a special occasion. I only increased it and I given myself $20. I didn't even use the full 20. And I feel like we just had such a great week filled with family. It was really great. And you see here in the background, here's some of my plants. That is the only, you see that? That's basil in the background in the clay pot. That is my only spice that survived the summer. I just struggle with those spices, but the basil is good. We're on track. Things are looking up. Have a great weekend, everybody.